Welcome back, man. Hey, look, we've had an action-packed weekend so far. DR7, the crown here in Kissimmee, Florida. Kissimmee, Florida, in Austin Tyndall Sports. Let me get it correct here.
Absolutely.
Here with my main man, my big dog, Mark Henry, man.
Absolutely.
How you doing, bro?
Man, great, man. Glad to see some action, man. Only at DR7, this is the Crown National Championship. We're crowning somebody this weekend, and it's about to go down. This is a prime matchup between Juice out of the Austin, Texas area, Central Texas, and you got PRIME8, Florida, Tampa. You know, this is what I want to see, and hopefully everybody's tuned in on the DR Sports Network to get this in. This is going to be some guys that you're going to see on Saturdays in the very near future.
Yeah, we've had some really good games here. Our first 18U matchup of exhibition play on our live stream, DR Sports. PRIME8 has the ball first. Cooper Hayes is the quarterback, finding his main man right off the back. Solomon on the catch there. But, yeah, like I said before, Mark, this is where big dogs eat. This is the crown. This is where you get your claim to fame, if you will.
Absolutely. And
like I said, it's going to be two perennial programs trying to fight their way to be crowned champions in 2026.
Well, both of these teams have won a title or won a championship on the DR Sports circuit this spring. Cooper Hayes, you mentioned him, has been sharp. They're out today. I've had a chance to watch him a couple games. He makes a good throw right over the defender's head. As you can see it, CJ, man, he's been sharp all day long. I've had a chance to see him today, and he's been sharp.
Yeah, that was an amazing catch by Chase Brown, the receiver on the outside edge right there. Beautiful ball placement as well for Cooper Hayes. We got a chance to see these guys in the Apollo Beach tournament in Tampa. And they went 6-1 and won the championship against a very good and aggressive Slimy Boy group.
Absolutely.
Gonna get a chance to see them a little bit later, but that is the tenacity that this group has.
Well, I like what the offense does. They take their time. Cooper Hayes is so patient, and he's able to layer the ball at every level. This morning, he's been very sharp, as you can see that throw right over the defender's head. That's where you want it at, where your guy can get it. The defender isn't aware. He doesn't get his head around to see it, and Hayes lays it up. A great job by those guys.
First down for PRIME8 and Cooper Hayes. Gets it to a wide open receiver. Getting a little juice on that one. That was Brown the third on the catch.
Brown the third has been a guy, CJ. I saw plenty of him this morning. Had a couple touchdown catches. Really like one of those scat backs. Now, in 7-on-7, when you're able to score from more than 10 yards out, you're doing something. Yeah. That's what Brown the third does when he gets his hands on the ball.
Yeah, you can tell just about kind of like the angle of which he was running, and then to put his foot in the ground and really get up the field. That is next level stuff that you only see here on the DR Sports Network.
Yes, Brown the third is a guy that you want to watch.
Cooper Hayes rolling out to the right, and he has a man, and that is a touchdown. PRIME8 draws first blood.
Well, listen, PRIME8, as we saw them in Tampa, they have the offense to play with anybody in the country. And this is what you get when you come to a DR Sports or a DR7 tournament. As we look at Hayes, he rolls out to his strong side, his right side, and I love his release. Watch him get it out of his hand quickly, and the receiver extends himself right into the end zone for 6.
And they will elect to go for 1 here. Keep things simple. 22-25 left to go in this game. Cooper Hayes rolling out to the right. Easy pitch and catch. It's 7-0. PRIME8 over Juice right now.
Well, I think this is going to be one of those things where, we're going to see an offensive battle here. Of course, with Juice, you got Jackson Shad coming out, 2028 quarterback from Pflugerville Whites High School. He's a guy that's been on the radar. 3-star recruit, 2028 quarterback, had over 3,000 yards passing, 51 touchdowns on the season, and 10 rushing touchdowns, so he's a dual threat as well.
So first look at new quarterback for Juice here. We've got a penalty flag on the play as well. Like we said before, this was a team that we got a chance to see in New Orleans, won that championship.
Absolutely.
But they have a new roster coming into the Crown National Championship. First looks, like I said, at quarterback Jackson Shad, number 15.
Well, Shad's one of those guys that's really starting to rise on the recruiting ranks. You talk about SMU Houston on his radar very early as far as him being recruited by those schools.
So, 2 quick incompletions and bring up, I believe, third down.
Well, this is where Juice has got to start to make this connection now. This is one of those offenses that can get hot. As you see Coach Sean in the background, Coach Bam, they do a great job of getting these athletes ready in the Central Texas, Austin area, San Antonio, some of the schools in that area that represented by these kids and players.
Chad going over the middle to his main target. That's your boy, J.J. Fields.
J.J. Fields is one of those other guys that we talk about. You're going to see this guy on Saturdays. We're talking about a 4-star recruit who plays on both sides of the ball from Huddle High School. He's been doing it for a number of years, and now you're going to see him make a decision soon. 2027 guy, one of the top players out of the state of Texas.
PRIME8 trying to rally on defense. Chad going over the middle. It's incomplete. Really good defense there by PRIME8, but
great job, as you see right in the center of the screen. That's 4-star cornerback Mekhi Williams from Leonard High School right here in the state of Florida. Had a chance to talk to him. If you go out and check out the platform, DR on Twitter, his interview is up. Well-spoken, great length. We're talking about a guy that's about 6'2", and he's committed to Florida State. The Seminoles are getting a good one. They're keeping that top talent in state.
Yeah, really like that by Mekhi Williams. Sticky coverage down here on the bottom side of the screen right here. You can see where he stands. He's kind of timing the receiver up right there. Oh, good catch by none other than J.J. Fields.
The juice is loose. Fields does this on a regular basis. This guy has an unbelievable catch radius. As you can see here on the inside the huddle, as you see, Shad gives it up to him. We're on his receiver, and mama, there goes that man. Fields is showing you he's got some juice to his game.
Wow, really good connection right there, and strong catch by Fields, putting them in striking distance in the low red zone right here. Have to try to punch it in for 6 on their first possession right here. Chad looking. He'll have to eat it. Maybe that's the best decision right now. But there is a flag at the back of the end zone, maybe holding on the defense.
Now, CJ, we're going to stir the pot a little bit here. These are two teams that have been debated in top 5 in 18U all year long. Of course, Juice is in there. PRIME8's making a rise. This is why these exhibitions are here. Guys, if you're tuning in, this is what it's all about, is exposing the unexposed. And only at DR7 can you be a national champion. This is the Crown National Championship, and we're giving it to you right here. These guys will play on Saturdays that you're seeing making these plays.
So this is setting up first and goal for Juice. Shad looking over the middle, and he got a man. His nice receiver over the middle, and that's number 31 on the catch and reception. And that's Cole Palmer.
Great job. Now, running backs have to get involved in this. As you see, Palmer has great hands. He gets open. It looks like we have some kind of penalty that backs him up here. But I like the way Shad's composure is right now. He's real calm, cool, and collected. Had a couple of incomplete passes earlier, but you can see why this guy's being recruited, that he is a calm, cool customer under pressure. He's taking his time. He's making the throws. He's starting to get heat up.
So 7-6. PRIME8 still up, pinning the extra point right here. Oh, right over the – that was a good ball, but better defense from PRIME8 right there, and they get off the field with the lead, 7-6, PRIME8.
Well, definitely this PRIME8 defense is sticky. We talked about Mekhi Williams. As we go on in this game, there's some other guys that have been making plays all morning, and now we get to see Cooper Hayes and company again on the offensive side of the ball for PRIME8. Again, guys, if you're watching this on the DR Sports Network, these are two teams that have been champions throughout the DR7 circuit this year. One in Tampa. I think Juice won in New Orleans. They were finalists in Houston in the first one. So these are teams that are really, really playing well on the circuit, really, really doing well in the spring. This is what it's all about, is these guys get quality reps at the right time at the Crown National Championship.
Cooper Hayes, quarterback, first down, rolling out to the right, checking the field, going over to the middle, and that has been his main target right there, and that's been Chase Brown. C5 is what they call him.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, you got Brown the third, you got Chase Brown. These guys know how to slip coverage, get open and find the open spots, and Hayes is going to put it on him. Yeah. He's been, like I said, I saw this PRIME8 team earlier this morning in pool play, and, you know, these guys are definitely one of the teams that I think can come out and win a national championship this weekend here at the Crown.
Just giving a little information about this PRIME8 group, like we said before, last seen them in Tampa and Apollo Beach. They went 6-1 and won the championship against Slimy Boys. So that is another battle-tested program, and connecting right there, Cooper Hayes to Solomon, the X factor on the outside edge. And
absolutely.
Really,
Solomon CJ is one of those guys that's been, a great target for Hayes this morning. He spreads the ball around. That's what I like about him. And then as you watch, he gets into his drop back, he goes through his reads and his progressions. This is what 7-on-7 is all about. Sometimes guys can develop bad habits when they don't get into their drop and actually make those things happen. You know, from a scouting perspective, that's what you want to see. This is what college coaches want to see from you.
Talk about it. That's really good stuff from our senior analyst, Mark Henry there. And Cooper Hayes dots it over the middle and gets an easy pitch-and-catch touchdown. Now PRIME8 puts another score on the board, making it 13-6.
Looks like we had a little blown coverage there. There's normally not a guy running that wide open, but Hayes finds him. Again, I like his composure and his ability to get the ball out. He's got a quick release, quick trigger. You only have 4 seconds in 7-on-7 to get rid of. Of course, there's no line, there's no rush. So this is what you work on in the offseason. And Hayes has been one of those guys. You mentioned how he played in Tampa and PRIME8 played in Tampa. He was one of those guys at the forefront, and he's showing you guys right now.
Electing to go for 2 points right here. PRIME8, Cooper Hayes has a man. C5, can he come down with it? He will not. Good defense. Thumbs down from the defender right there. That's really good stuff. By the way, loving the pinstripe jerseys from Juice there. Kind of some different
Absolutely.
stuff.
It kind of reminds me of that old Houston Rockets Akeem
Yeah,
Olajuwon.
there you go, there you
shout
go.
out to H-Town, back-to-back championships, 94 and 95. But it's what it kind of reminds you of there, in my opinion. But, I could be jaded a little bit. But, shout out to Coach Bam and Coach Sean. I mentioned it earlier that the job, as you see inside the huddle, Coach Sean there, the OC, they do a great job of getting these athletes in that particular area of the state of Texas, the exposure that they need, but also the training and the know-how. So when they go back to their high schools, you get this product, which you see Jackson Shad right there ready to start.
Shad, second drive. Can they cash in? Right over the middle, wide open. And that'll pick up about 15, 16 yards. What a strike by Shad.
Right, and that's Dallas Shad, his older brother, who's a guy that's starting to pick up some steam on the recruiting trail as well. So it's a family affair there. How do you think some of those guys been throwing it in the backyard for a long time?
Sure, family ties.
Family
It'll
ties.
do you right every time.
Right. I mean, this is what you get from these guys that you're seeing right here. But then you're seeing some of the best players from the state of Florida, the state of Texas, on exhibition right here at the Crown National Championship.
So Shad dropping back, first down. He's looking deep. He's looking for it. Oh, he has a man down there. It's a flag on the play. It's a touchdown called on the field. But what will the laundry be on the field?
I would think that was holding maybe on the defense there, but we'll get the
and that was the official call, Mark, holding on the defense. So the touchdown will stand. Just go score for score, as you see on the DR Sports replay. Shad looking
great corner route. Did you see Braden Mueller just putting them in the spin cycle there? Talk about route running. Mueller's one of those guys in the state of Texas that you need to know about. As you can see him coming out and signaling himself. He knew him. He had him on an island, and he wins that one. Shout out to Mueller with the great route running.
Going for 2 right here. Shad, good, beautiful comeback route, back shoulder. Shad, J.J. Fields. Juice takes the lead.
The juice is loose. As you can see, Shad, the more he gets warmed up and oiled up, he starts to really dial it up. And he and J.J. Fields have been doing this all spring. We saw it in Houston. We saw it in New Orleans when they took home the championship and earned their pay bid to the Crown National Championship here. This is why they're one of those teams, CJ, that could really do some things going into Crown Sunday.
Yeah, 15-13, Juice going for 2 on that last possession right there. And like you said, Mark, this team has J.J. Fields, Brandon Mueller, and a lot of other receivers to go along with the new quarterback that we're seeing, Shad, and it's paying off.
There's that guy,
Oh,
Brown the third. CJ, this is what I was talking about. I saw him do that this morning. In a 7-on-7 set, when a guy gets loose like that, college coaches, if you're watching, circle him right now. I'm telling you, this is a guy that's going to play on Saturday, CJ.
Yeah, that's really good stuff. Mark, I'll let you illustrate this play for us.
He gets busy right there in the open field, and here's another one. Man, if we playing tackle, this guy's scoring. What can you say about it? Listen, Brown is a guy. I saw him this morning. Definitely a guy that you need to get on your radar. You talk about him getting that open field, Juice, they're excelling with yards after the catch.
So Cooper Hayes rolling out to the right, going to the back of the end zone. C5 couldn't come down with it. And that'll bring up second down and short for Juice.
Great defense by Juice there as Cooper Hayes, like we said, CJ, he's been one of those quarterbacks this morning. Pool play has been very, very hot. As you get a good look at him, you know, he's probably one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Florida right now. I mean, I think that this guy is going to have colleges really this spring. Right now, the open period for college recruiting right now is going on. So spring ball is going on around the country, and those college coaches are going to get eyes on guys like this.
Second and short for PRIME8. Down 2 points right here. Cooper Hayes looking, just dots it over the middle to his target, number 1 for PRIME8.
Robert Hampton. Definitely a guy that you need to know about as well. I mean, this PRIME8 offense has playmakers, CJ, as you see. You know, and the thing about Hayes, we talked about this a few minutes ago, he spreads the ball around to all his playmakers.
And I think that's the main thing that I know that we talk off camera a lot as far as like who we like and this, that, and the third. But overall, I think that is the details of the Juice offense, being able to spread, having those options on the offensive side of the ball.
Definitely. I think both offenses include PRIME8 with that. As you see a big ball, but good defense by the defender there.
Got
okay.
A flag.
Now, okay.
Backside may have seen something.
We saw the jersey tug. I just didn't want to call it beforehand, but the jersey tug was there. But you can see the laundry was on the field. Good call by the officials. We could see it from up here as he was kind of holding and impeding the receiver from doing what he could naturally do on that particular play. Well, also, CJ, it's that time of year where prom season, tuxedos, limos, and a little boogieing on the dance floor. Shout out to PRIME8. They're heading to prom right after this. Some of those guys are getting dressed up, getting cleaned up, and getting sharp. Man, shout out to those guys.
Limousines and Lambos nowadays.
Absolutely. Corvettes, Benzes, all those kind of things.
Cooper Hayes rolling to the right. Can he get it in there? He fires it in there. And that's a touchdown for PRIME8.
Well, CJ, this is what we've been talking about the entire season, is giving you a matchup as you see Cooper Hayes coming into your living room, gets it right in there, he stops it, slings it right to us, man. You can't get any better than that if you wanted to, sitting at your living room, having a drink. Listen, anything, some ribs or something on the DR Sports Network.
Something cold to drink. And
Kool-Aid.
Yep, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And that was Jonah Gonzalez. He's the reason why PRIME8 won that championship against Slimy. He batted the ball
big
down.
Catch.
Going for 2 right here, wide open. PRIME8 puts 2 points added on the board, making it 21-15.
Now, CJ, we talk about these things throughout the year. If you listen to the DR Sports Network on the regular, extra points
matter.
They matter. Even in pads and 11-man, extra points, the kicking game matters. Special teams matters. When a 7-on-7 setting, special teams matters in points in the spread. 21-15 right now with Juice ready to take it back.
And I see our guy on defense right there lined up on PRIME8. Kyle Williams, the Florida State commit, on the far side, at the boundary side, the boundary side up at the top there. So kind of playing a mano, A-plus versus A-plus. He's lined up on J.J. Fields over there.
Man, definitely a matchup you want to watch. 2 4-star recruits here in the country. We're talking about guys that are in the ESPN top 300. These guys are going to be playing on Saturdays real soon. Makai Williams, who's already committed to Florida State, 4-star recruit. If you want to go and check out the platform Twitter, that's the platform DR in all caps. There's an interview that we had with him earlier. He talks about that, some of the things that he's working on in 7-on-7 as well.
Second down for Juice right here. Shad dropping back, dotting it over the middle, has a man wide open. And that's Dallas Shad. Like we said before, a little brotherly love.
Well, that connection's there. I mean, you can see Shad knows how to, find the open man, not just Dallas, but he's watching him as he comes out of his break. The ball's already out, and it's there. That's the timing aspect of things. And Shad's showing you why he's a 3-star recruit and a guy that's, starting to bubble in the class of 2028. He led Pflugerville Weiss to a deep playoff run last year in the state of Texas in the 5A playoffs, and he's a guy that's, returning in the state of Texas that you need to know about.
So that throw picked up a juice first down. Shad at quarterback, dropping back, looking over and it's wide open. And that is a juice touchdown. And that's our guy. He's been there.
Cole Palmer showing why running backs matter in 7-on-7. The wheel route. He gets loose, and Shad finds him easy, pitch and catch, and Juice is on the board again. 2 dynamic offenses and quarterbacks that we're seeing here, CJ.
Really good stuff that you see on the DR Sports Network replay. Shad just kind of calmly delivering what we call a wheel route to his running back out of the backfield, and Cole Palmer making his money out here.
Now, the thing, CJ, on that play is Shad's eye discipline. Yep. You saw him look the safety off and come backside, and that's why the wheel route was open.
So Juice going for one right here. It's tied 21-21, pinning the extra point. Shad looking over and it's caught. J.J. Fields, the 4-star.
That matchup, 4-star against 4-star, and Fields shows you as he flexes that why he's one of those dangerous receivers. He's actually a two-way standout. DB, he plays on the offensive side back at Hutto High School in Texas, and you should get a good look at a 4-star recruit that's being heavily recruited coming out of the state of Texas.
Man, there, see right there. That's A on A. That's man on man, what we've seen right there.
Absolutely. You will see both of these guys playing Power 5 or Power 4 football on Saturdays in the near future, with Williams, as you see right there, already committed to Florida State. But Fields is a national recruit. He's got offers from all of the schools that you can think of in the state of Texas and around the country.
So Cooper Hayes down 1 point. PRIME8 trying to get it. He wasn't touched simultaneously, and that will be a gritty error. PRIME8.
Wow, I need to see the replay on that one. I don't know. I mean, it was kind of a bang-bang play. That's the thing at the DR, only at DR7. We'll get a replay on that pretty soon here as we take a look at it. Let me see right here. We got to go back a little bit as he gritties into the end zone, saying he's too small. I mean, this is one of those guys that was in the Crown MVP Bowl last night making that play.
Yeah, no, that's really good stuff by Gonzalez right there. Like we said before, he was the main reason why PRIME8 punched their ticket to the Crown against the Slimy Boys. That game was crazy. Kamari Solomon, all those guys in the mix making that happen. But overall, Gonzalez batted the ball down at the goal line to help PRIME8 secure that victory over a very well-coached Slimy Boys team.
Well, also, CJ, you got to look at, man, who's got the ball in this may win this game. Who has the ball in this?
Cooper Hayes getting it to his X factor right there, and that'll be 1 point added, 28-22. PRIME8 leading this one.
Well, I think whoever has the ball last wins this football game. I mean, this is what you want to see in the Crown National Championship. Again, all day long right here on the DR Sports Network. We'll give you some of the best of the best. All of these teams that are featured have won championships, CJ, around the country at the DR7 or DR Sports Crown Circuit all year long.
And we also want to shout out, we're streaming this live on Instagram as well, so make sure that you follow us on Instagram. We just passed 17,000 followers, and just overall our concurrent following is well past the numbers of what we've accomplished in the last 5 years. But as you see right here, trying to connect it to his receiver, Shad, and we've just been grinding it out on social media. So make sure you go check out all those social media pages, follow them, like and subscribe on YouTube as well to check out the whole live stream from earlier today and then right now.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what you want to do. This is what it's all about, with the DR Sports Network, DR Sports, and the platforms. We want to expose the unexposed. We're giving these guys a platform to be exposed each and every time that they come out to a DR7 event from 8 to 18U. You saw the 8U earlier. You saw 10U, a great matchup between G1 and 24K.
Yeah.
Big ball up top. And there's that connection again. Oh, man. Shout out to my guy, Jeter, Dallas, Texas.
There you go.
That's one of the guys that you want to follow.
Dallas,
Definitely.
Texas, Jeter. There you go.
CPM. That's my guy. Shout out to Jeter, man. He's one of those guys that's reputable in the state of Texas, covering high school football. If you've seen DeSoto High School, he's the guy behind the camera with those guys.
First down for Shad and Prime trying to go to his brother, Dallas Shad. That would have been an amazing catch and touchdown, Mark, if it would have happened.
Well, great play by the defensive back, but a little overzealous there. As you can see, the flag comes out. You can't stand over and posture in front of your opponent. Listen, me as a coach, I love that. But the refs are going to call it every time, as you see there, the DB for PRIME8. But I love that play. I love that enthusiasm personally. You know, I like it as a coach when I see that, but you can't posture and gesture in front of them, and that's why the flag comes out.
Our cameraman, Reese, down there, you might want to get out the way, man. You're going to be in the play next time.
Listen, DR Sports Network going to bring you in.
Oh, good play by the Florida State commit, and he says, hey, better watch out around here.
What a great battle. So what we talked about, his length, as you go back and you see the replay, Williams is one of those guys that you see him right up in that matchup with J.J. Fields is where you want to go.
And he bounces back. Shad answers with his own score. And this is a really tightly contested ball game, 28 all in this 18U exhibition.
Well, I thought when we started this, CJ, that I knew that whoever had the ball last would probably most likely end up winning this game. And you see the result here is Jackson Shad is heated up. You know, he started out with a couple of incompletions, but his ability to find the open man, calm, cool, and collected, and then he gets it out. They're going for the 2-point conversion here, CJ. They're going for the win. I like it. The juice is loose. Let's see what happens.
We seen this last time in our Florida tournament in Tampa, where basically the game was on the line, and they said, you know what, we're going to go win this thing, and it fell in their favor. So we'll see if Juice, your guys, Mark, can do it here with Shad. I'm going to throw you out there, man. We're going to see what it's talking about. Oh, and he come down with it, and they win this ball game at the last minute. And if you can see us right now, you can tell that Mark is lit up here because his boys just got on the board for the win.
This is why you come to a DR7 tournament. And now we're going to crown somebody this weekend, but great shot. As you see, Chad comes back backside and finds the open receiver for the winning play.
And that was Dylan Owens, I believe, number 4 on the catch, the concentration for the win, 29-28. Shad firing it in there and muscles up a victory in the last seconds of this 18U exhibition matchup.
Well, listen, the name says it all. This team plays with juice. They have the juice to win a national championship, and they show it right here against a very good game PRIME8 squad, who I think you're seeing a preview of what could happen on Crown Sunday right here, CJ, only at DR7.
Only at DR Sports Network can you get a bunch of games back to back to back at the highest level and see it come to fruition in the last few seconds like it did, man. Yeah. That was really one of the better games. It's heating up. It's heating up around here. High as 90, and that game was a representation of how hot it can get around here. Closing thoughts.
Well, you got a preview of what I think will happen on Crown Sunday. I think, depending on how the brackets line up, these will be 2 teams that will be fighting for a national championship right here at the Crown National Championship. There's some other teams that I saw this morning that we'll talk about, later on in the broadcast. But I think these 2 teams, they're ranked in the top 5 if you go back to the DR Sports or the DR7 rankings later on in the year. This is what you get.
Yeah, I think my main thing is I'm really impressed with the quarterback play. I know that we was coming in here looking for Chase Ames for Juice to be the quarterback for Juice, but at the same time, Shad and even his brother Dallas Shad, and then the offensive weapons didn't change.
Absolutely.
So that was one thing that really is paramount and can keep Juice in this really good 18U division. But nonetheless, that's a really good team that they just defeated right there in our 5th exhibition game for 18U. But like I said, Juice, PRIME8 are going to be 2 teams that we're going to be watching and definitely going to see sometime in the future for Sunday. But hey, we got a couple more games on tap. Don't go anywhere. This is the DR Sports Network.